Hello, and welcome to another Rouge unit of the Reek. And today we are taking a look at the Fusilier 90 for the United Kingdom. The word Fusilier is originally a French word. A fusil is a flintlock musket, so a Fusilier is a person who uses a flintlock musket. Now, there's a lot of history about Fusiliers. Pretty much most European countries had some sort of Fusilier regiment or whatnot. So let's really just stick it to the British one. And instead of just talking about the entire history of them, let's talk about the gun they use, the L85. Now, the idea of a bullpup assault rifle in the British Army originally started in 1949 with the EM1 and EM2 models, which were rather new, brand spanking new design. There wasn't really anything such as a bullpup rifle during World War II, but the idea never really got off the ground because the EM2 ended up using a 280 cartridge, while the standard NATO 7.62, they couldn't exactly make it to fit or work effectively, so they ended up ditching the whole idea and just picked up a bunch of Belgian FN fouls. But that didn't completely deter the British. Enfield, during the 70s, would end up working and experimenting with a bullpup assault rifle shooting a 5.56, and by the 1985, it had eventually come up with the SA-80 or L85A1, which the British Army would call it. They gave it to the soldiers, and it was an absolute piece of crap. Absolutely everything that you could think of the gun went wrong. The plastic would break, the gas tube would leak gas, meaning that the gun wouldn't cycle properly, the safety didn't exactly work all that well, it would jam a lot, it would overheat, only shooting 150 rounds at burst fire. Everything was terrible with the gun. So they ended up giving it to Hetzler and Koch, H&K, which was owned by the Enfield company, fortunately enough. Gave them the guns and said, hey, make this work please. And H&K pretty much changed everything inside the gun, put all these new properly machined installed parts, and they came up with the L85A2 model, which actually worked rather effectively and is the main assault rifle that the British Army use today. It just took a bit of German magic to make it work. In-game, Fusilier 90s are a 15-point British infantry squad with 3 weapons available to them. And the first weapon being the dreaded L85, but in raw game terms it's actually pretty decent, as nothing really too crazy to talk about, it's just a standard assault rifle. And secondly, we got the Law 80, which is a rocket launcher with 6 rockets, range to ground at 700 meters, 60% accuracy, 22 AP, and a rate of fire of 20 rounds a minute. A very good rocket launcher. This thing can kill heavy tanks rather easily, and if you do manage a side shot, super heavies, you can definitely kill them too. And thirdly, we got the L86 LMG, which also works effectively compared to the real life counterpart. And it's a rather standard machine gun too. It's no MG3, but at the same time it's not an M60. It's kind of in the middle ground. And if you pop down to miscellaneous stats, or also rather standard stuff for line infantry, the really thing I'm going to say is that they are type restricted to motorized, mechanized, support, and armored decks. So in battle, first let's cover why we're not covering the original Fusiliers. It's just because they're crap compared to the Fusilier 90s, simply put. But Fusilier 90s, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, as you guess. Their rocket launcher is really good for the price. It's up there with the VDV-90 rocket launcher. This thing can kill heavy tanks easily. It can knock out super heavies as well if you manage to get side shot. And APCs and a Finlandia are just going to get one-shotted, essentially. And also, the weapons that they have, the L85 and the L86, are also pretty damn good too. They are above average. The L86 as well, being a CQC machine gun, does give it the edge when fighting at close quarters in the same sector, which a lot of regular infantry don't exactly have. Also, they have a lot of transport options, from cheap 5-point transport trucks, to 10-point fast cars, to Warrior Milans, to Lynx AH-7 spam helicopters. You got a lot of options at your disposal. And yeah, they're really bloody good line infantry, probably the best regular infantry you can get in the game, especially if you just look at the rocket launcher, because It's pretty ridiculous when you think about it. 15 points and they have a rocket launcher that can knock out super heavy tanks, but heck, I'm not complaining. Gives me a good reason to play Britain. And well, I'm going to leave it off at this has been another Rang Rouge into the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.